Joining me now is Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. Governor, great to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning.
Good to see you too.
I want to start with tariffs because I think one of the things that's so important for people to understand is how this is impacting people every day, people in states like Kentucky. I just kind of talked through the uncertainty people may be feeling, the kind of back and forth we've seen from the Trump administration on this. People may think it's all behind them, but I want you to just explain to people watching what the uncertainty and what the tariffs still in place, what impact that is going to have as you see it on the people of Kentucky.
Well, tariffs are going to make life that much more difficult. For so many people who are struggling to pay bills at the end of the month, this isn't just going to make it harder. It's going to blow a huge hole in their entire family budget. I think there was a recent report that suggested that President Trump's newest tariffs could cost the average American family $4,700 per year. Think about what $4,700 is. That is multiple months of groceries or rent. That's probably your entire deductible if you're on private insurance. It is really hard for a family to make up for that amount of money. And as Rand Paul said it, as you said it, as I say it, it is a tax on the American people. It is the Trump tax on the American people. The amount your groceries cost more because of these tariffs is the Trump tax. The amount a new home costs more because of these tariffs is the Trump tax. The amount that gasoline may go up or the amount that you pay extra in the upcoming holiday seasons, that is the Trump tax. How much harder it is to pay those bills at the end of the month is the Trump tax. And it's hitting everybody. It hits farmers. It hits factory workers. It hits everybody who's trying to go to work a hard day, and support their family. It's bad policy. And again, you don't have to take my word for it. In my state, our two Republican senators, Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul, and this Democratic governor all agree that tariffs are a bad idea. Why? Because Trump's tariffs are a really bad idea.
That's strange bedfellows in politics, as they call it, Governor. Let me ask you about late Friday night, Trump signed an executive order exempting cell phones, computers, semiconductor chips, and other electronics from these reciprocal tariffs. But then this morning, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said this is not like a permanent sort of exemption. I'm not asking you to explain that. I don't know what he means by that. But what do you make of people watching right now, people in your state, what should they make of these exemptions and where it's sort of sits right now? Because that felt like a relief, but I'm not sure that it really is.
Well, the question is, are we dealing with incompetence or corruption? Because you look at the incompetent side, and they've changed their mind 10, 12, 13 times, and look at what the chaos is doing. It is tanking our economy. When the president came into office, our economy was experiencing growth, and it hadn't caught up to people yet, but it was going to. Wages were going up, unemployment was low, and we're seeing all of that turn around, as well as the stock market and people's 401ks taking a really rough hit. That's the incompetence side. These specific exemptions or exceptions, which tend to favor the president's biggest donors, if those are put into place, then we're looking at something much closer to corruption. Either are bad, neither should be happening, and the best move this administration could take is to scrap the whole plan.
Let me ask you, I think that's an important thing to note. A lot of the people who are benefiting from these are CEOs of tech companies who have been huge donors, and suddenly they're getting exempted. Go figure. Let me ask you about Medicaid. This is an issue I think we all have to be paying a lot of attention to. As I understand it, you correct me on the statistics, but as I understand from what I've read, about 28% of people in Kentucky rely on Medicaid, or approximately that. It's really important to your state, so many states. In the Republican budget in the House that they passed, there could be massive cuts to Medicaid, even though they seem to be denying that. What are you preparing for? And if that is part of the package, what impact could that have on the people of your state?
It'll be devastating. Medicaid covers the people we love the most, our parents and our kids. Half of Kentucky's kids are covered by Medicaid. 70% of our long-term care costs are covered by Medicaid. All of our rural hospital systems exist because of Medicaid and expanded Medicaid. Without those dollars, with a massive cut, what we will see is rural health care shut down almost entirely. And then whether you're on Medicaid or private insurance, you're going to have to drive a couple of hours to a big city, probably to see the same doctor who used to live in your community. And what it'll do to all those communities that the president says he's trying to bring jobs back to, that'll be devastating too, because in most of these communities, the largest employer is the public school, and the second largest is the hospital system. What this will do is make our people unhealthier. It will result in devastating jobs losses. The price of health care will go up. I mean, this is something that the American people will see, will feel, and will respond to. And whether it's the tariffs that will make life more difficult or significant cuts to Medicaid, it's going to leave a lot of people who end up voting for President Trump feeling betrayed.